7 to 10 p.m. Yo, depuis samedi, rifi rendez-vous à pas l'autre côté. Jonction TV show, nèg pratiqué, mané comme pas font pas. Comme on côté, on connaît des jeunes femmes pour brida. Débat sur tout sujet, sans bruit, sans compte, yo, sans drink.
Yes. Welcome back, yeah. Welcome back, Junction TV. Nous là toujours, nous là chaque week-end, nous toujours fait une émission où on a parlé des sujets. Quelques sujets nous parler de lui côté, en pile monde peut parler de nous-mêmes. Qui est bon nous va chaler. Once again, I'm Welly. Welcome to Junction TV, and my co-host with me is.
Fegans, nous tournons encore et pour un autre sujet, une autre discussion qui pourra aider nous. Et nous avons juste basically, partager l'idée nous de ça nous parler des liens et puis, il y a quelqu'un qui a bénéficié de lui quand même.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bon, nous depuis nous là, nous déjà connaissons qui est lié déjà. So, non pas c'est Hans ou sur Junction TV show, choc pichon dans moment.
Yes. Wait. Well, technically what we're gonna do, we're going to react on some videos of the First Lady, ex-First Lady, Michelle Obama.
Right.
She says something that controversy. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't, you know. We're gonna know. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna listen to it and we're gonna give our own opinion.
All right.
Right?
Yep.
All right, Michelle Obama.
It's a choice. It's a choice that you make every day because you don't do it because it's easy. You do it because you believe in it. You believe in the other person. I mean, my husband is my teammate, and if we are going to win this game together, he has to be strong and he has to be okay with me being strong. I do not want a weak player on my team, nor does he. Marriage is a choice. It's a choice that you make every day because you don't do it because.
Okay, we got it. Well, technically, she said marriage is a choice. It's a choice because, what did she say? I forgot. Well, the reason that I say I don't like what she said, even though some people think she's speaking highly of her husband, I'm thinking she's not. She's disrespectful a lot to her husband. But let's just focus on one square, what she just said. She said she expected her man to be strong, and the man need to be okay with her being strong. Mm-hmm. I think that's the problem we all have in this black community, especially in the United States, where this black and independent lady, strong, I'm black, strong, independent women, that is not flying anymore. Most men don't like strong, black, independent women.
But when she's talking about strong, I don't think she's talking about it the same way you probably try to get it right now. You know what I'm saying? When she says strong, she's talking about somebody that, I have your back, you have my back, and we're gonna get it together.
No,
I think that's what she meant.
Well, maybe I don't speak enough English because it's my second language. But when I'm listening to what she says, because there's a saying
you can play the clip again. You can play the clip again.
There's a
and
saying,
kind of break it down from section to section.
Go ahead and play it again.
Hold on, man. Let me finish my thought, man. Let me let my plane. There's a saying that say, "I am strong, black, independent."
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of it?
What?
Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, yes, I have.
You did too, right?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So when she say she don't want a weak partner, a weak man on her team, and she expect the man not to want a weak woman on her team.
What I want you to do, I want you to play that clip again. We're gonna break it down from section to section. If you can pause it as we go, we're just gonna go ahead and translate exactly what she's saying. All right?
We'll do it.
That'll give everybody a better.
Wait, but okay, never mind. We can do it.
It's easy. You do it because you believe in it. You believe in the other person. I mean, my husband is my teammate, and if we are going to win this game together.
She said her husband is a teammate, which means son partenaire. It's like they want to team together.
Yes, yes.
Keep
And
going.
if we wanna
If we're gonna do this together,
what? She said, when I do this.
Then we're gonna win. Like when she said we're gonna win in life. We're gonna win in life.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
He has to be strong, and he has.
he has to be strong. He has to be strong. Okay. Yes. Strong to overcome that comes with situation.
To be okay with being strong.
Yeah, he has to be okay with her being strong. Strong with the same
I do not want a player on.
Somebody who give up easy.
My team, no.
Keep going.
Or does he?
Okay, so you got what you said. Marriage is a choice. Right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's also a partnership, right? A partnership. I don't believe in this.
Partnership, listen team.
It's your team. I expect a team, not a partnership.
Let me hear your opinion.
Like I said, I don't believe no most
Based on what she said, that's specifically.
that's specifically what she's saying is that the men is okay with her being strong women. I have an issue with it.
What issue do you have with that?
I have no problem. I don't want to be with those strong women. I don't.
So you don't want a strong woman on your team.
No, I don't. I want a
So
soft woman in my
technically,
It's not a strong woman, it's a strong player.
right.
There's a
So
difference.
technically,
No.
hold up. Technically, you need somebody that's gonna be dependent on you.
No. What does that mean? What does that mean?
That's somebody that's not
How
strong.
dependent on what?
Huh?
Dependent on what?
Depending on you for almost everything.
No. What would you say that? You got to
Because
be
if you don't
strong.
need somebody that's strong enough, you know what I'm saying, to help you.
You got to be strong to be on a relationship. What?
What's wrong
The
with
woman
it?
supposed
What's
to be-
wrong? Hold up. What's wrong with what's wrong with having a strong woman though?
Being, I'm a man. I'm expected to be strong. Oh,
What?
she's a female. I'm expected to be soft.
You just need somebody to deal with your bullshit. That's what you need.
What does that mean? What's going on?
Technically, that's what you need.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Deal with what? Strong women don't deal with no bullshit.
They're gonna call you on your bullshit. That's just how they are.
Oh, so like argumentative. In your mind, strong is argumentative.
It doesn't have to be argumentative. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody like, if you did something, they can be like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna pull up with with this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
A soft woman going to.
I mean, a soft woman. I mean, I don't have anything against them, but most likely they just let everything goes.
What?
Am I right or wrong?
No.
No, you're not wrong.
Being soft got nothing to do with her dignity or respect. What are you guys talking about? You think being soft is a doormat?
Let's not get away from what we're talking about.
It's bigger than her. It's bigger than what we're talking about.
Okay.
Because I'm talking about strong.
We got us, yes.
Yes.
But you kept using the word strong.
Not me. Her.
Well, her from the clip.
Yes, Michelle
Right.
Obama.
Yeah, from the
You
club,
mean?
but you sound like you have some problem with it.
I got a
Okay.
problem because I don't believe we as a black man should be tolerate any strong-minded, strong female.
I don't think you're understanding what she means when she says strong. That's what okay. Here's my perspective. Here's my opinion.
From when I was growing up,
Here's-
I always heard of strong black independent. I heard then she repeated exactly.
Let me
She didn't
tell
just
you-
say independent,
Uh-huh.
but she did just say exactly what we've been hearing all her life.
It's strong.
didn't say
It is
that.
strong. Black independent mean that somebody that can stand on their own. You know what I'm saying? If they have to, but they don't really need to. You know what I'm saying? But if they have to, they can make it out of life by themselves.
So you think a soft woman can't?
I mean, technically they can't.
That's not what you hear.
Okay, let me give
They
you my
will,
opinion,
you know
right?
what I'm saying?
No,
They will,
that's not what
they
it
will
means.
struggle. Hey, hold up. Let's just listen to
Okay.
Let me give you my opinion, right?
Right.
what?
She said marriage is a choice, right?
Right.
This choice is one of the most important decisions you're ever gonna make in your life by choosing someone that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Choosing someone to spend the rest of your life with is the most important decision you ever gonna make.
That's right.
That decision will determine how your tomorrow will be in terms of future, right? If you have a wife who understands, who supports you, in most cases, you're probably gonna be successful if you having a clear objective as to what you want in life, right?
Sure.
And if you have the opposite, you may live a miserable life and you never really become anything because you have someone who does not understand or support
Your
you.
goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So marriage is a choice, but it's also one of the most important choices you gotta make, right? Now we get that out of the way, right? She said she wants a strong player on her team, right? She wants him to be strong as much as she wanna be strong for him. What exactly let me finish making my point.
Okay. Then you
What
right, but
exactly-
you're twisting her words.
I'm not twisting anything.
Okay, right.
I'm saying exactly what she says, right? What exactly she means when she says she wants him to be strong, just as well I want him to allow me to be as strong.
Not allowed. That's what she said.
What did she say?
She expect him to be okay
To be strong.
with her being strong.
That's fine. Okay.
So
what
she
is-
know that's a
okay,
problem.
what does that mean exactly? Let me give you my own perspective, right? I heard what she says, right? Marriage or relationship is hard, right? It is not easy. There is a lot of ups and downs.
Right.
And a lot of times there is more downs than there is ups, right? Someone who stayed in a relationship has to understand why they actually got married in the first place and what is it to be married and have a family, all right? Now, even though things aren't going as they should be going, easily, I should say in life, right? But we understand we sign up to build this together, regardless of what's going on. Now, you have people who cheats on their wife or husband or whatever, right?
Where you going?
When I'm saying
always
when
back
she
in the box.
yeah,
They're
I'm
back.
still when she's saying she needs somebody who's strong, is basically understanding the obstacles that you can actually endure in the mariage là, okay? That's what she's trying to say.
What you
Tout,
trying to say?
non, tout problème qui existait dans un mariage, the ups and downs, right?
Right.
Sou pas avec un monde qui a compréhension, qui bien comprendre qui sa mariage est,
They're gonna
la
take off and
difficile
run.
pour faire succès ensemble avec elle.
Right.
What's that got to do with her being strong?
Oh my God.
What are we talking about?
I'm trying to tell you that's what she means when she says strong.
No, she's-
strong is
Listen
understanding.
to what she said.
No.
She expect him to be okay.
Yeah.
With her being. What mean that's not gonna be okay with her being?
When she
They
say that,
show
hold up.
What is
Wait,
that
wait,
meant to
when-
you?
when-
They show you just explain.
When she
But
say
what
that,
men that do
listen.
not, no,
Wait,
no, stop, wait,
listen, just listen,
wait,
listen for a minute, listen for a
wait.
minute.
No, stop. When they show you just explain.
Yeah.
What men you think? Like, I know you don't know any men that do not expect that from their wives. What men you think that do not expect that from their wives? For the wives to be understanding, to go with them to the, what men?
She's the one talking, not him talking. She's the one talking.
No, that's what I'm trying
We
to.
getting it from him, from her.
That's
okay.
what I'm trying to
She's
say
the
is
one
the
telling you
the
her
strong-
expectation of a good teammate, and her expectation of her husband, right? She's talking about the man she married.
She expect him to be okay
Yes.
with her being strong.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
that's
does that
mean,
mean?
that's mean si li avek ou neg la non posisyon ki, ok, neg a pedi travay li ou bien neg a pa ka, neg a pa ka nan mouman sa la, yon non difficulté kote ki monsieur pa ka edel peye bil la, li même li kapab pren responsabilité ya, ou repon mwen, li fait tout ça ki gen pou fait en attendant que monsieur prend pile. C'est ça li dou
But
la.
she doesn't step away from being a
Yeah.
Wait, t'as ça que j'ai dit, ok? Now, qui garçon ou pense qu'il y a un problème avec sortir?
Oh.
Pas une question comme ça. What do you mean? So what's the
That's
problem?
that's my point. But when she said I'm expected her husband to be okay with her being strong. So she know there's a couple of men that's not gonna be okay with her.
What happened?
She know the way she said I'm expected my husband to be okay with me being strong. So you can from underline you can see that she's talking about she know a couple of men will not tolerate her being strong. That's why she say she expected her man to be okay with her being strong.
But what is being strong? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
What she is saying. No. Listen.
What you're explaining, every man would want it. So
Everyone-
that's not what she is.
I don't think every
that's what
man
she
will
is.
want it.
Listen to what I'm
No man
saying.
want the.
I don't
Like,
think
if I lost my job, I don't want my wife to go.
I don't think you. I don't think you. Personally, I don't think you will. The way you talking, the way you talking right now, I don't think you will allow it.
What you mean allowed? I ain't got no choice.
But listen.
That, you see, there you go.
Listen.
You don't have no choice. Then you would let it. You would let it fly.
Yes.
But that's not something
That's
that
what
you
you
really.
explained. That's what you explained earlier, though. I ain't got no choice. So I ain't got no choice. The wife gonna come and do hers.
Yo, listen. Relationship.
And we all know about relationship, right?
Relationship, it's all about compromising.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Compromising, respecting your ideas or your opinions just as well as you respecting mine.
Right.
Agree? Would you agree?
Go ahead.
When she's talking about being there is a lot of men, right, who equate respect as someone who's so submissive, who hardly disagree with anything they have to say. Right? A lot of men have a hard time with women who like to speak out a little bit more than some.
Look at you.
Okay? Than some, right?
Yes, I do. Myself.
Would you agree?
Myself does.
Right.
Yes.
If you look at her, if you listen to her, right?
Right.
She's the type of woman who's gonna express exactly how she feels about certain things without having to disrespecting whoever she's talking to.
So wait, what? Some men don't want that.
Some men do not want that.
No,
they don't want
that's a lie. That's a lie.
Some men do not want it, bro.
Here's the thing.
They don't.
The
They
thing
don't want it,
is,
bro.
a lot of things when you guys say something, y'all put it in an umbrella that boxing everybody.
Yeah.
You just said
I'm
something
not boxing
earlier
everybody.
that I even said I'm like that too. But then you said something to corporate it, look like I'm messed up. I got no
It's-
problem
it's
with my
not-
girl
it's not
or
a
wives say whatever she her opinion.
But I don't
is.
think it's a problem for her to say she expecting him to be okay with her being strong also. I don't think there is anything wrong with that.
Here's what I'm saying. Okay?
Yes.
The way she said that.
Yeah.
She met there's certain men that don't want that.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the argument.
So
yeah.
being strong is not what you said it is.
What is
It's
it?
some- on her mind. I'm talking about because what you're saying, 99% of men want it.
Okay.
You know that, right?
Okay. I'm listening.
But she expects her men to be strong. So whatever you're saying is not on her mind because that should be the norm. She shouldn't be saying, I'm expecting my men to be okay and being strong.
But
she should
she-
say,
but
I'm
the
strong,
thi-
my
the-
men strong, our team is strong.
But the thing is,
you know
she's-
what I mean? That's
the-
different ways of talking.
Listen.
But the thing is, she's not talking to her man. She's talking to her audience. She
Yes.
tried to make the audience understand what a strong team is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's not directly talking to, you know what I'm saying, to her husband.
I know she's
And
not.
I'm pretty sure, like, you know what I'm saying, she's not gonna be talking to her husband like that either. You know what I'm saying? Because she have a level of communication with him, and I'm pretty sure they already understand each other, so she don't have to repeat it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
They have a strong team, man.
Yeah.
They have a
So-
I
strong
got no problem
team.
with that team. Here's what I'm saying. It's a team,
Right.
right? A team, we all cannot play the same position.
We're not, but
It's a
we
good
all
team.
supposed to hold our own how it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, you believe in that too?
Huh?
Do you believe in that?
Hold your own.
I mean,
If
of
you play in a
course.
sense, you gotta hold your own.
A team. A relationship is a
As
team.
a team.
Of
we
course.
all hold our own
If
position.
I didn't want a team, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be in a relationship. I would be on my own because
Right.
I can hold my own.
Exactly.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, the way she say, certain, I expect my men to be okay. What men not okay with you being strong? The way you guys talking about strong.
every man would want it.
No, not every man want that. Not every
What?
man wants that. No, not every man wants that.
What you think you say right now? That's
As a
one
matter
thing.
of fact,
What
as
you
a
said
matter of fact,
earlier.
let me say that, right? There is a lot of men. There's this question that's come up, right?
Right.
Why is it that most black men or successful black men dated white women?
You said, yeah.
So the question was like, okay, and most of the answers you got was like, man, you know, I get home, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gotta hear her mouth.
Right.
She always submissive. She always
Yeah, that
she
kind of
never
that's a
has to
problem.
do anything. Listen to what I'm saying. She never have to do anything. She never really complain. You know what I'm saying? She does exactly what I want her to do.
Yeah.
When I get home, she's not, you know,
Get on my nerves.
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like
rubbing
that.
my head.
What's wrong with that?
Stuff like that. But what I'm saying to you is,
What's wrong with it?
when you ask all those black men, they say that one thing. That's one. Those are the criteria
Yes.
that they talked about as to why they chose white women.
Right.
And she's saying, she knows herself.
So she's one of them.
She's not like
No.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's
not
not the
like
typical.
not the typical. She's just somebody who express her mind. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
you can color it the way you want it, but we all know what you're saying. She's loud mouth.
It's not.
Argumentative
It's not.
with her man. I mean, the way
It's
you're
not.
talking about, she's expressing her mind. That's what you're talking about.
And guess
You
what?
just don't want to
And
say
guess
no.
what? And guess what?
Right.
That's probably the reason why they're so successful. Too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
They're a good
That's
team.
because
They're a
she's
good
loud
team.
mouth. That's why she's.
They're a good team.
That-
They're a
no,
good team,
because
man.
because she expressed herself, and you know what I'm saying. And when he need help, you know what I'm saying. She's here for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. So that make a good team.
But here's the way I'm keep on trying to say.
Right.
Most men, even the men you're talking about, they have no problem with the woman expressing herself. It's just there's a way and how and when to do it. When people say you're talking about the black successful man that's dating outside the race, they're mostly talking about there's a way, when, and how to do it.
What
Not
I'm,
because you
what
can't
I'm
talk
saying
to
to
them.
you, those guys find a woman who does not say much,
Right.
who does not express themselves when they have to, more attractive because somehow, some way, the level of submissiveness that they were experienced with the white women aren't the same with someone who's just gonna speak out.
Strong minded.
I'm not talking about no strong-minded. Listen, I'm talking about someone. Listen, she's allowed to express herself. If I'm with someone, you ought to be able to tell me how you feel about certain things.
Of course.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Every man would.
Okay? And if I'm messing up, you gotta be able to tell me, and I gotta be able to take it. You know
Yes,
what
but
I'm saying?
there's a way to do that.
That's what I'm
Here's
saying.
what I'm saying. Let's say you do something wrong, like you didn't take out the garbage. Like the garbage, you didn't take it out. You're gonna have a problem with the woman coming in and yelling at you while you're sleeping. Why did you do it
Who
last
she
night?
talking to? That's the first. Who she talking to?
That's my point.
That's what she's gonna
Right?
say. But I'm saying to you.
That's my point. My point is
Yes.
there's a way and how to do it. If you do it the
Yes.
better way, and no man got why would you have an opinion or whatever. Matter of fact, most men want a team. They don't want us to the way you guys talk like a slave-minded female.
Most guys want that, though. You'd be
No, not a
surprised, man.
slave-minded. No.
Most guys want that. Though. I'm telling you, man. They don't want anyone who's.
And that's the same thing too. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you focus on that strong, you know what I'm saying, on that strong woman, it's because some women they overdo it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why you say there is a when, there is a where. You know what I'm saying?
There's a how, yes.
Exactly. So that's because, some other woman, you know what I'm saying, they think that, you know what I'm saying, they're strong, they're independent, you know what I'm saying? So they forget to know how to communicate with their men. They just think like, you know what I'm saying, just because
But
they can do things on their own, you know what I'm saying? They can just talk to the men. Hold up. They can just talk to the men any kind of way, you know what I'm saying? But there's a when, like you say, you know what I'm saying? There's a when, there's a where, and there's a how, you know what I mean?
Exactly. That's
So-
my point.
But you got a lot of women today who actually, who adopt this term, right? The strong, independent.
Right.
Strong black and independent.
Most of these women, they have one thing in common. They probably grew up with one of the parents.
Right.
All right? So one of them. Usually, it's usually the mom, right? So they have that one in common. Now, if they raise them, if you are being raised by your mom, you only see your mom doing things around the house, right? Mm-hmm. That is how you are being groomed to be when you become older.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, whenever you get into a relationship, you really don't know how to address the men properly.
Right.
It is a work in progress a lot of times.
Right.
Now, it requires the men that you're dating to actually understand your background a little bit more.
But don't forget
than
what you was gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But usually those women that think that they're so independent
Mm-hmm.
and strong because they're raised by their mom. Usually their mom are the sweetest person though.
They do.
Do you know that?
I don't know that.
I mean,
still not-
they've
for real.
experienced a lot of
No,
things
here's
in
the thing.
life.
I mean, even if they grow up with a single dad, most likely we're gonna raise them to be independent, no matter what.
Yeah.
Not
If we're
necessarily.
raising our daughters, we're gonna raise them to be
Keep on,
independent.
keep on.
Not necessarily. So as I was saying, so it requires you as the man who's dating them to understand their background, their past, how they grew up.
The trauma.
That way, it kind of helps you understand as to why they are the way they are today. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not always that they disrespectful. It's just they don't know how to address
Or to
a man because
express,
they've never
yeah.
seen it before.
So let me understand you clearly. So what you're saying is, the man that's dating them, she gonna expect that man to be honest, to be okay with her being strong.
It's not okay.
about
It's to
okay.
understand.
It's about understanding.
I'm just
but-
Yeah.
quoting Michelle Obama.
But let me
just so
say
you
this.
know.
Let me
That's
also
what I was
say,
doing.
let me also say that as a man, you can have a major influence on who you dating, based on how she talks to you, based on how she go about anything in life, right? Because that partner that you choose, you can groom her to become maybe not exactly who you want her to be,
Right.
but you can come close to it enough.
Did you just say groom?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm using the words groom, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? It may be the wrong words to use, but
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Basically, train her to become that. You see what I'm saying? Like your way of understanding should be able to influence her how she look at certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys share so much together. You know what I mean? Now it becomes so, what you do is just like, you know what I'm saying? She
I don't
knows,
believe in this type of relationship.
I do. I personally do.
I don't believe it's okay
I do.
for you, any man to grooming any females. I know what you're talking about.
You always do.
Hey.
You always do. You guys groom each other. pretty much
Believe
in a
me,
sense.
believe me. Once you find
know what I'm trying to
when
say,
you
though.
when
You
you
try to
find
go to
when you
something.
find somebody when you find somebody
Female do.
Yeah, it's not grooming,
when you
but
find
you know what I'm
somebody
trying to say. Yeah.
when you find somebody and you see like you know what I'm saying you have a match with her. You will take your time to understand that woman
that's
and
That's what he say. He's talking about grooming.
that's pretty much grooming.
what I'm
That's not
You know what I'm
grooming
saying?
is.
Man.
Basically, influence her to become something.
Influence and grooming. That's come on.
But the first one I use influence, right? I said you influence her. No, that was the
If
first.
I'm grooming somebody,
Listen to what
Right.
I'm saying, bro. The first words that I use influence, right? You as a man, you're supposed to be able to influence whoever that you're dating. That's what I said at first.
I mean, even us
You know,
right now,
that's
we
what I
influence
said.
each other.
So
Like,
I use the words
you don't
grooming
even-
after that, but grooming is not the
Grooming
word
is
to
for
use.
relationship, yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen.
Look,
Influence is
influencing-
what I'm trying to say, all right? Influence her enough to be respectful, understand certain things. It takes time, but it's doable.
How would you do that if she would look at you as an equal?
What's that?
How could you do that if she were looking at you as an equal
Like equal in terms of what?
in terms of the relationship?
Like what do you mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, we're not.
I mean,
we,
we all-
you know what I'm saying?
But we all equal
in a
in
relationship,
though. Like there is no.
in a relationship, there's a level of understanding, but we're not equal. Like you know what I'm saying? Like equal.
No, I don't.
No, we're not. No, we're not equal.
Listen, man.
You know what I'm saying? We make a perfect team together.
Yes,
But
but equally value team.
No, equal mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you say equal, that's like, 50-50. No, we're not equal.
But I'm not even. I'm not, listen.
Here's what I'm saying. It's nearly impossible. We all influence each other. We all, if we around each other enough, we're gonna be influenced by whoever. That's the
Right.
way life is.
That's
Right.
the way it is, right?
Yeah. So if you with a girl, influencing is easy. Like I'm gonna look at you and take something from you, like even if I don't subconsciously. right? Like that's happened to all of us. But if I'm trying to influence you as a grown man, I can't do it. I cannot do it by
It's
talking.
not
to
about
you.
you.
You know what I mean? Like,
Listen.
I'm talking about like as a grown female. You can't. You know what I mean? Like,
But
yes,
believe
she's
me,
gonna
if-
talk to you the way you want it to be talking to. But outside of you, she's her own independent mind.
She always is. She always gonna be whoever she is.
But when you say you're gonna be influencing her the way she talk, like you
That-
know, like if she was disrespectful, you gonna because around you, she never.
No. Once you influence somebody, right?
Right.
Remember that.
Right.
Once you're in a relationship, even if I'm not around, you're still representing me as a person, correct?
Yeah.
There is a certain way that you talk about me. There is a certain way that I talk about you
But
as a person.
Right.
Whether I'm there or not, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? That same behavior should always continue wherever you go. Now, can somebody get you out of your, get that jungle back out of you? Yeah,
Right.
of course. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on, what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're going to come back with like, I should have acted differently. You know what I mean? And that's called maturity. You're mature enough to understand your downfall, or I could have handled this a little different. You know what I'm saying? Here what I could have done. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we do that after
Right.
the fact. But that's growing. You understand what I'm saying? That's growing. Yeah.
Well, we all know what that is. So anyway, we don't even think this thing was gonna go that far.
hey,
But Michelle, I look at her as a role model, honestly.
No,
You know what
I'm
saying?
not.
I look at her as
She
a role
is-
model. Like
most
like
times
you
she
wouldn't want your daughter
talk.
to
hold
be
on,
like.
hold on.
Most times she talking most likely her audience base is a strong, independent black women.
That's not true.
That's-
I disagree
that's-
with that.
That's the way she be talking.
I disagree with that, man.
But
I disagree with that. Do you agree with that?
what kind of female you think that's gonna walk up to a stage talking about I'm expecting my man to be okay with me being strong?
That's fine.
You a first lady. We all know you strong. Why you got to? My man need to be okay with it.
Her man is the her man is the ex-president, so she cannot.
Think about it,
There is
man.
no way she can be stronger than him.
Yes, she can. What you talking about?
Listen,
Yes,
man.
she can.
Hey,
What are you
listen,
talking about?
it's-
He's happy.
they complement each other.
Look.
They've been together for a long time. Still going strong. So therefore, whatever that they're doing is working.
It
for
worked
them.
for them.
So I'm not gonna sit here and try to bash her.
I
or
cannot
bash
say
him.
she's
But
a
I
good
look at her
woman.
as a role model.
I think
honestly,
you need to
know what
find
I'm
a
saying?
strong black woman, though.
But I look at her as a role model.
No,
honestly.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
no.
She's
I
a
think
role
she's
model
disres-
to
I
any
think
little girl that's grown.
Off the camera, she's very disrespectful in my mind.
You don't know that.
In
You're
your mind.
assuming that
I mean,
she
That's
is.
what I'm
saying
saying. In my
it's
mind.
lying.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
Well, why do you think that?
Because the way she talk. I mean,
How she
Because she's
talk?
strong.
yeah, she's strong.
You have a
supposed-
She
problem
expect
with
you to be known.
you-
Hey, I'm strong.
You have a problem with strong black women.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
We want a soft women. 2025.
I don't want no
Time
soft.
changing,
I
man.
don't need no soft
Nah,
woman.
man, but you
I really don't.
she's certainly a role model for sure.
I don't.
I
see it,
wouldn't
man. I don't
mind
see it. Well, she
having my daughter,
Did
look
you
at her
ex-
as a role model.
she didn't go to the Jimmy Carter
Huh?
funeral. She didn't go to the funeral.
Well, that's
Ex-president.
different.
Yeah,
That's a
because-
different-
Did
that's
you
a
expect her as a disrespectful to Obama?
Nah. Because there was a certain people there. She didn't want to be around those people. So
Well,
Did you
she,
expect that as a disrespectful to Obama?
no.
Damn.
Well, what if she want to go and Mr. Obama didn't want to go? Is that being disrespectful to her?
What? I thought you said we're gonna
a lot of times,
Wait.
a lot of times, we don't know what happened, what triggers certain things.
No, he
right?
just said what
As
happened.
much as I know,
No, he just said what happened.
That's exactly what.
No,
That's exactly what it
Figures.
was.
For what he just said.
As much as you wanna sit here and speculate.
Stop what you said. For what he just said.
what
Do
did
you
he say?
are you expect?
What did he say?
What
I
did he
said,
go?
peut-être li bat vle la pendant le
There's
konen
certain of people in the audience
pendant le konen
guess
chop
you.
pendant le temps konen chop up là li bat vle là.
They could get
That's
guess.
a reason. That could be a
Right?
reason. Huh? That could be a reason.
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't you va considérer ça comme disrespectful to Obama?
Oh,
It's-
comme
like
li
I
bat
said,
disrespectful pour Obama, si yo get un chita lan kay yo parler de ça, ou moins
That's what I'm saying.
how is it disrespectful?
Yeah.
But, you know, baby, I'm not going because I don't want to sit down this man.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying? I don't
there
want
is a lot
to
of things
sit
that
next
could
to this
be-
man.
There is a lot of things that could happen that probably could have triggered her not to be at the funeral, right? Or at the inauguration. She wasn't there either, right?
Yeah, she wasn't there.
Right.
So it seems there is a problem there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna sit here and speculate as why the reason as to why she wasn't there. She would be the one that you ask that question to, and she probably not gonna be honest about it anyway, because there are certain things that you may not be able to talk about in the public format. I don't know.
Let me ask you this.
You know what I'm saying? Because she has been in everything else but those two events, which was the last two.
Those are big events.
You
Let
know
me
what
ask
I'm
you this.
saying?
That's a big event.
Like I fit more was the big event. Get it.
Like, what?
I don't think I'm bella, mon
know.
cher.
Go ahead.
Outside of your feeling, do you think anything is more important? If anything as important or more important than your feeling?
No, I mean, it's depending on what it is.
But do you think something can be?
Yeah, something can be more important than my feeling.
What about Michelle Obama feeling?
Michelle Obama feeling, or you
Yes.
mean Barack Obama feeling?
Michelle Obama feeling.
I mean, something can be more important than her feeling.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Respecting human and in the public eyes
Yeah.
should be more important than her feelings.
But her feelings is her feelings.
See what I'm saying? So if she do that as a, if she does that,
Right.
you're not considered as a disrespectful to Obama.
Whenever
Nah.
we make a decision
Because
based on feelings,
they have
Like
exactly.
I
If
told
she didn't
like
come because of her
like
feelings,
I
that's
like,
a problem.
like I
That's a
told you
problem.
already. You know what I'm saying? They probably have that sit down.
don't matter.
They probably have that sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying? If Barack Obama is okay with it, who am I?
It's bigger than them.
No, that's their relationship. That ain't got
It's-
nothing
no.
to do with us.
What?
but as I said already,
Even if it's bigger than them, right?
yes, it's a bigger cause. But as I said, we don't know.
It don't matter what it is, but look.
No, it matters.
There
It
is
matters.
things
There
that
is a
could
lot of
be-
things that could be said
Hey,
behind closed doors that you will like, you know what I'm saying, it's determined not to be around.
hey,
Especially if
No,
your
Obama
husband.
shouldn't come.
let me tell you something.
Then Obama shouldn't come.
Look, we're not.
Because now you look like a single man.
Come on, man.
When you got a black female, the first black lady ever.
We all know he's not single, and
So-
and I'm okay with her with not being here.
That's not the point.
To me, Barack Obama shouldn't be here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Why? You know why?
Why?
Because that motherfucker was there.
What? Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Do you know Barack Obama said deported more people than every president
It's,
ever?
it's not about deportation. That's not how I see it. It's not about deportation.
But Monsieur, we really don't
Barack
know.
Obama was one of the worst for the immigrant. You know that, right?
We really don't know exactly what happened, what was said. So I'm not gonna sit here and speculate as to why she wasn't there.
To
You know
me.
what I'm saying?
As a
Now
black
you
female.
are,
Sound bel si jeli
you assuming that.
To me, as a black female,
Yeah.
you need ou gen pou retire.
I understand what you're saying.
Ou gen pou retire vision moun gen nan tèt yo kote. Nou pa ka pale, garçon pa ka pale ak nou. Si Obama la, ou kwa ke Trump di yo pa ket bay de Obama? Trump di yo pa ket bay de Obama.
Exactly.
But he feel like this is bigger than him. He got to be there.
But
Yeah,
you think
it's
do you
bigger
think
than-
like, do you think like they're not friends just because Trump say a lot of things about him?
They're not
It's
friends.
politics at the end of the day.
It's politics.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, don't matter ki eski la, ou gen pou stop this stereotype.
But what I'm saying to you is,
Michelle Obama got to be there.
we can't. I understand what you're saying, and I agree to some extent, right?
Right.
But I don't know
Right.
why she wasn't there. So I'm not gonna sit here and assume that she wasn't there because she just didn't respect Obama enough. I'm not gonna say that. I'm never gonna say that.
Yeah, because you biased.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not being biased. I'm just being real, man.
You
You
being
know,
biased right now.
No, I'm not.
Well, we all know that's
But
a
I
problem.
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
That's a big problem. But
But
hey,
she is, to me, a role model.
She's a person on her own,
is
man.
someone that I wouldn't mind my daughter look up to.
Right.
All right, simple as that. It's not about her being a strong, independent woman. It's not about that. It's her expressing exactly how she feels about certain things, and she expecting her men to actually understand where she's coming from with a lot of things. So, that my point of view, and
damn.
there it is. You have it, man.
But
I thought black men didn't want these strong, black, independent women. Look at y'all both does.
let me have one.
So yes, you know, if you're gonna watch this episode, we just talked about, and just kind of give us your opinion, and whether you agree or not, you know what I'm saying, just give us why and why, and why not. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Don't
So I'll
forget,
see you
don't
again.
forget to go to the
Yes.
comment section and
Yeah,
you
bonus
know,
on
comment
passé.
it and share.
Right.
You know, don't forget to
Nou
subscribe.
ges apwel, sakala kapwel, flipa